What's the deal? What goes on, chat? What's the deal, everybody? 2 years, but not constantly. I had some months off the charts. Welcome back. What's up, Eddie? Open a window. Or door. Or go outside. How's everybody doing? We are ATH. Which is better than STH, right? All-time highs are better than being slipped to hell. But honestly, to be frank with you, if I was being frank, imagine. It's my middle name. Anyway, if I was being frank, but I'm not, I'm Wix. But if I was frank, I would rather see some sells. Buys get a little tough here. Right? Because historically, this is all we got right here. We ain't got no more history than that. Uh-oh, hold on, Chad. The Wix 10 and 11 just broke down the door. No, 11 and 12 are here. Who kicked the door down? You guys broke in here. I thought you was the FBI. Close the door, sweetie. Thank you. You didn't close the door. They're gone. They dipped. Hey, stop fighting. Stop fighting with your hands. Use gloves. Oh, what's up? How can I help you? Alright, let me, when I finish, see ya. Enjoy. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so this is all the history we have. We ain't got nothing. It's even little wicks on the 5, and that's it. So I would rather us start driving back down and closing back in range. So in order for us to establish this as a resistance, we'd have to re-break the highs here. Whether re-break the highs in the form of one single candle, or eventually over time as price, right, starts to kind of do this. Sorry, I know I'm not using the right colors, but I'm expecting it to re-break the highs and then make a decision. Or it can just friggin', right, come up here and then flip and break the lows. Why is it doing this? Oh, I got the wrong thing selected, sorry. So in terms of price points that we need to tap before price eventually comes back down here, we're gonna need to come back to the highs, and it can happen, as I said, in one candle in the shape of a top wick and a drive down, or it can happen in the shape of like some ranges being created and doing this, right? We'll retap the highs, but at some point we need to re-break the highs before we start driving down. Re-break them or retest them, right? This is basically a resistance on a smaller time frame, so if we can at least retest them and not drive past, right, not continue to drive up and come back down in range, then, right, then we can look for positions down. It's just the thing is we're massively bullish. Like we haven't had one bearish candle in over a week, almost 2 weeks, a week and a half, right? How many? Let's check. Well, hold on. But you would look eventually on the higher time frame, on the smaller time, you would look for this, and then once you start closing back in range or back in range below here, you can start looking for positions. So let's see if we can retest the highs that it's made already, or let's see if we can head down back into this range, and then we can look for positions. We've been bullish for how many days? Wow. Look at that. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days here. So it's kind of tough, right? Kind of tough betting against the bull here, but it's not impossible and it's doable. You just have to be patient, realizing what price points you need to tap or how you need to close. So let's mark up some ranges. This was the 1 hour, but I think it's higher. Yeah. Go off the 5 here. 5 is all we got. I think I can dig this. Okay. So what we're looking for, if we can get some closures below 2158, we're not going to take sells off the rip. We would look for a support to be established here. So if price can just come down, do something like this or something like this, right? If we can come down here, I'm not looking for an instant drive. There's too many levels here. I don't think price is just gonna drive down straight to the bottom of the range, right? To the bottom of the range here. So what I will look for is a top wick, right? Top wick here and a drive down. But the key is we're gonna need to retest the very next resistance, possible resistance, that's above this area. And that very next resistance, if we look left here, is roughly here, right across, and this area right here. Right, so if we can retest roughly this area and then flip bearish, I would love for us to come down. This is what it would probably look like on the higher time frame. I would love for us to be in that position, but on the smaller time frame, you might get this, right? A respect of this as a resistance, and then after that, on the smaller time frame, right, you'll get a tap up into here and then a drive. These are your entries. This is your advantage point where you go break even, and that's all she wrote. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Now, that's how we'd like to see the cells formed here. If possible. If not, we'll just wait it out to tomorrow. But I don't want to see us start re-breaking the all-time highs. Love those red rectangles. That's what it's about. That's what life's about. Red rectangles. And if you don't know, now you know. I finished it with my eyes. Hell no. I can't finish that. You just know it. I finished that and I'm finished. Mr. Harris be outside my door in 5 minutes. Excuse me. Bro, that knock. Who you hiding from? Why you scared for? Hassan's scared. Why you scared for? It's just a knock. Damn, imagine living your life where like what? Stop knocking. You ever seen Next Friday? No locked doors. I'm an Aztec warrior. He's so funny. Hundreds and fifties, big ass titties. Count the green, get in between. Yo, that movie's a classic. What a classic. Still don't know how I was able to watch that as a kid. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they let us watch that, you know? No clue, bro. Could you do an analysis on GJ? I wish this button could be pressed by chat. It should be chat activated. I gotta figure out how to have this.
How about no?
We need to have this chat activated. The thing is, like, I'd be doing a breakdown and it would be activated. I'd be like, all right, so we need a closure above here. How about no? You guys would be too wild with it. You're not allowed to have that access. Alright, gang. I'm gonna have some sell stops over here.
How about no?
No sell stops, don't worry. Yo, viewers just jumped up by like 15. Sell stops? What? Bro, you made me run to the computer. Gots to pay attention. Gots to pay attention. Turn. Yeah, so we're gonna look for the closure below here at 2158.336, and that would break the previous 4-hour low. No, it wouldn't, but it would be below the previous 4-hour body. Why is this off on the 5? Okay, that makes sense. AWIX, I think it already went up the highs. Yeah, I mean, we can assume this is a retest right here, right? We can assume. So let's say we were on an hour ago or 2 hours ago, and we say we need to re-break the highs, right? Fine. We broke this level over here, right? 2163. We retested the highs, and that might have been, right? That might have been the drive down. But for me to actually be confident in this drive down, I would need to tap these areas on that candle that I'm trading. So I would like to tap here, and like if this candle came up to this area and flipped, I would be looking for it. But since that didn't happen and the previous candle closed respecting this area, I'm not too confident that it was going to drive down there. I'm thinking, hey, we're going to make a steeper top wick. But this is just a 15. Overall, I want to retest this area. And let's say this is already it, right? And we didn't make that top wick on another time frame. On the 4-hour, we're only going to come back down in range below here, right? For now, we're still, previous 4 hours, still bullish. We're still respecting, haven't had a bearish closure. So we're still going to have a chance, even if we don't take it here, we're going to have a chance below 2158 or after the 4-hour close, after the 1-hour close. It's just for me to be confident that this is the drive and not just a smaller time frame play here, right? The smaller time frame could be just ranging in this area, right? And then once it retaps it, it'll drive down. But I want to be part of the candle that actually, once we've reversed, it comes up, grabs liquidity, and drives. If that doesn't happen, we're going to be part of the candle that finishes out the range, or we're going to be part of the candle that breaks below, well, part of the candle that's after the break below, right here. So let's wait. You still might get it, right? You're going to have a 30 closure here. If we could get a top wick here to 2160, 3.6.7. It's not bad. We can look for a sell here. I'm sorry, no, it's 21. Yeah, 21.61. Re-breaking the high of the previous 15, tapping the next resistance. 2160.9. Which is roughly the flip of this candle. It'd be interesting to see if it can flip and then still continue to drive down. But if we do get buys, right? Let's say we get a closure below here and a fake out to come back up as such, right? Let's say we close below here. And then we're looking for a top wick. Top wick never comes back down, right? We get something like this. If we're going to look for buys, they're only going to be to the top of this range. That's it. There's as much as we're going to look for. Right? So don't be surprised if this is our position. Just, you know, small RR, because stops would be pretty massive. Or even below there, stops would be, I'm sorry, stops would be right there. Yeah. Seven minutes here for the 30 closure. I need some liquidity. Talking about what? Now we're doing our breakdown. Oh, they got the tonight is the State of the Union. Yeah. Side bets that Biden trips on his way to the podium or on his way off. One of the two. This fucking goofball. What's the over-under on how many attempts he takes to get off the stage? How many different directions he goes into? I say it's 2.5. Seven. No, let's be realistic. Two and a half. Today, I'm like Aerosmith. I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah. And when you're in drawdown, you're going to be Aretha Franklin. I will survive. I will survive. You was Aerosmith before the morning stream, but for the next 5 hours, you was Aretha Franklin. Straight cheese. Shalom. Oh man. Can they roll this vegetable out already? Let's go, Brandon. How were the ribs last night? They were delicious. And then I had some more today. Did you take the same trade Don did this morning? I did. And I had pineapples. I closed at, I had the initial position, I closed at break even the first time it got back there. And I closed my pineapple at 20 pips in profit on the dot. 20.1. 20 pips flat. My pineapple was the hourly closure. Once the hourly closed back up above, I took it off the rip and it went up. Right here. My pineapple was right there. I was looking for sells this morning. We were talking about it in the clubhouse. I had sells this morning on the smaller time frame, on the 15 over here in this area. Hold on, let's see. Or was it the 15 or the 5? I don't remember. Yeah, right here. So, right here. That. So I took a position here. I got activated right here. And I went break even and spread took me out break even on that candle. I didn't secure a thing. I thought we were just going to drive down. I had my range over here. So I thought this was coming back down in range. It was pushing heavy. So I didn't close anything. I just went break even here and it tapped and took me out. And then it went. Well, once it took me out, right? It came back up. I'm thinking, all right, then it's coming back to tap the top of the range, right? And close. You know, we respected. Oh, there's too many squares. I'm sorry. All right. Once we tapped this and respected this area, right? There was a support here. I figured, all right, that means it's coming back up to the top here, and I started looking for buys, and I got in the same buys as you guys did. You never commented on the Asian V. I don't know what do you mean? What is that? There were 5 in the 15 and these rejections, and I've seen this happen before. When you get this, even if it closes bullish here, let's just do some down, right? In these situations, even when it closes bullish here, weak bullish, next candle typically, because we broke that previous candle high here, right? And it came back rejected. Next candle will typically drive. I just got in a bit late. Like, not late, just when I saw it driving, I was like, all right, it's gonna come down here. I got in. But once this rejected, you know, I was glad. I was like, all right, it's a good thing I'm break even here, and if it hits, it hits. It tapped, and then I think it was a 4-hour closure at that moment we were having. All right, we're coming down here. The 30 closed bearish, not with no bottom wick really. Session trades. All right, fine. You talked me into it. What an interesting day. This fucking hair. Why are you guys not hedging when prices move in to collect on hedging and then do the pineapple? I mean, at that point, it's like betting against yourself. In my head, it's like my logic for it, right? It doesn't mean like it's wrong. It means it's just a different perspective. It's like betting against yourself. And like, if I wanted, like, I have a hard time dealing with that, like mentally, emotionally. If I wanted to go up or I wanted to go down, if I wanted to, but if I'm focusing it on going up, I'm focusing on the moves up. If I'm focusing on it moving down, focusing on the moves down. And at that point, if I see that it's going to go against me to a certain level, and I'm pretty sure of it to the point where I could take a position against myself, at that point, I'd rather just close out the position, take the move against myself, and get a better entry and save myself those 10, 15, 20 pips that it moved against me, and get a better entry, and then I'm 10, 15 pips ahead, rather than leave that range for one way and then leave that range for the other way. I mean, like, do you care about the record and not taking a loss, or do you care about making more money or being more proud, making more sense money wise? I think. If it breaks the 4-hour low right now, do you think it will drive down before coming up? We have 20 minutes. We're not breaking the 4-hour low. We have to drive down 35 pips in the next 25 minutes. If that happens, then you're waiting for a top wick on the next candle. Flipped my account from $400 to $26 yesterday. Oh, you're in Paul's class. You're taking Paul's classes. All right, yeah. Oh shit. VP Harris. She's so goofy. It's crazy. Fuck. Fuck. No, I was saying that, yo, they got a packed house at the Capitol. Like, the VP Goofball is over there. She's so goofy, it's crazy. But, like, they got a packed house over there. Everybody's at the Capitol already. And this motherfucker has not even left the White House. They're showing soon Biden to leave White House for Capitol Hill. For those of you that don't know, the speech is in 18 minutes. The thing is packed. Everybody's there. He hasn't left the White House. They got a camera at the White House. Biden to leave soon for Capitol. Why isn't he there? You the president. You should be greeting everybody. Hello, thank you for coming, President. Nice. Thank you for coming. Didn't look like you were talking to us. No, I was talking to you. I'm just watching everybody show up at the State of the Union at the Capitol, and they're all there. And Biden is still fucking, I don't know, eating his applesauce. They still got the bib on him. They got to get that bib off. All right, it's time. Get him some smelling salts, put on his Depends, and wheel him out there. Yeah, he's fucking, he's looking for his dentures at the moment. That's terrible. I can't understand how they do that. How they show up at 20 minutes too. Everybody's there. 99.9% of the people in the Senate are there. He's putting on socks. Because why is my resistance drawn? That's where I see it. It's off the 5, really. 15.5. There's a rejection area here. I want to be completely below that area. Why is there my own analysis has it there? Where? Don had it there as well. Where did Don have it, and where do you have it? Oh, same one also. Yeah, because I think overall that's the range. You really got to be below that 5-minute range. Hmm. Chat, by the way, don't forget, tomorrow is March 8th. Who knows what March 8th is? And don't say it's Friday. You ain't got no job. I mean, March 8th is the day after your birthday. Oh, happy birthday. That's Girls' Day. Yes. Yes. It's International Women's Day. And I don't know if Americans are big on this, but it's fucking huge everywhere else in the world. So, if you got a lady and you show up with no flowers tomorrow, it's okay. We will understand why we do not see you here on streams for the next few weeks. Get better. Heal up. And we'll see you when you're back. And if you want to take a break, just go get some flowers. I forgot all about those little extra holidays they be putting on your. Yo. Oh, there he goes. There's the vegetable. He's walking out. Hold on. I got to see if he trips or not. Into the motorcade. He always stops and looks like, is this really it? Is this happening? I don't know where they find these holidays, but like, I don't remember them, but you bet your ass the women do. He's sleeping. He's sleeping in the limo. Why did you dress me up? Is it bingo night? Are we going to bingo? Yay, we're going to bingo. I love bingo. This fucking guy. Yeah, Der, we went over today straight already. Let's go back. Right now we're waiting on this hourly closure. Closure. It's kind of trickled down here, huh? What is this? Damn, he's got the motorcade and he's rolling with like 4 ambulances. Why? Alright, yeah, we need to flip the tape here. Alright, well, we're gonna wait for this hourly closure, so 8 minutes here. It's gonna be a long 8 minutes. This is the first State of the Union you've seen, Wix? You serious? I've seen a good 10 at least, maybe 15 of them. What's the plan? Waiting on this closure belowsure. Let's see if we can get a closure here or a really steep top wick if we don't get a closure belowsure. Wix likes, man. Bro, go shave your back. Power nap. Yeah, they had to have him sleep during the day if he's to be awake for this speech. I don't know, cause he's got onset Alzheimer's. Like it's like if you know anything about Alzheimer's, they can function during the day, right? But closer to the evening, the body starts to give out. They need some rest. Girl shit yesterday just wanted to laugh. Well, you gotta laugh. There's your laugh. Yeah, well, Ronald was really fun. I just saw that video the other day again. You know, when he's giving a speech and a balloon pops in the back of the room and he goes, "Ha! Missed me." That shit was so funny because it sounded like somebody shot a gun, and like, cause he went through, like, he survived assassination attempts, right? He got shot and he got, like, he survived, and then he was giving a speech and a balloon pop, and he was like, "Ha! Missed me." He was good. He had a really good sense of humor. Minutes. I think it would have been better if he was like somewhere in the hallway over there in the back, like in the bathroom practicing his lines, because right now they're gonna rush him up there. There's got to be something at that podium that's gonna be holding him up. I wish we could listen to it here. Can we watch the State of the Union here? No. Why is your support so low? Because it's mine. Right? You want me to do it? It's my support. And that's where I put it. Hold on, he's about to walk into the cat. Yo. He's literally got to shake everybody's hand too. Like if it was just a straight walk, I think he's stumbling and falling. But like the shaking of the hands, they're gonna keep him up. Yeah, but we're like the news networks are showing the whole thing. CNN, Fox, NBC, like they're showing the whole thing. I don't know. They must know them or something. Okay. Bro, into politics. Please don't shame me. Like, there's 1 minute. He's scheduled to be speaking in 1 minute. They haven't even made it to the parking lot. Gold be ambient. Let's see. Just had our 4-hour closure. We closed with no bottom wick because gold's an asshole and it likes doing shit like that. But we will wait to not panic. We will wait for this candle to create some kind of wick here. See if we can establish a resistance, but you know, don't be taking, well, you can, whatever, but I'm not taking, like, an entry here is not it. Like, you're not gonna get the result, you're not gonna get the high you want, right? This is a CBD entry right here. Like a CBD entry is a break of the lows here. You really want that high quality THC, maybe the 30% flower, 35%. Right, so you really want the bottom wick to be made here first. Yeah, it's driving, but it's driving to make a bottom wick. You can't have a bottom wick without a drive first, right? So this ain't it, right? This right now, like that break of the lows, that was a CBD entry. You want to get that fucking high quality THC, that indica and sativa. You want to wait this fucking candle out, wait for it to form a bottom wick, right, within here, something like that, and then we break the highs and then continue down. Because you want to feel it, right? You don't want to just do it and not feel it. I'm confused. Then where's the entry point? The entry point would be once you pull back here. So create a bottom wick and pull back. Once we start creating some candles that have range, right? So you need to trade a range. We want to know that once we grab orders, we pull back, grab orders and flip, there's range to fill in the shape of a wick, right? Something like this. And if we have that and we've grabbed orders, I'm comfortable taking positions. But right now there's no range here, right? That candle closed with no bottom wick, and that's also a hourly and a 4 hour, right? And a 5 and a 15 and a 30. That closed everything with no bottom wick. So we can wait. It can be a 5, it can be a 15, it can be the next 30 that creates a bottom wick. But we have to wait for range to be created in order to be able to trade the range, right? So wait for this candle to print. I mean, you want to be, you know, you want to go smoke some CBD, go ahead, take your entries. It's fine. It's cool. But I'm going to wait for a range to be created and then trade it. Because what happens, right, when we close with no bottom wick? A lot of the times we drive down, create that bottom wick, and then come back up in range. And if there's a chance of that happening, I'm going to wait it out. See, when that fails, right, when we continue closing below here, and we continue and we get a bottom wick, and then we try to drive up and then fail, we tap a resistance above 2158 and come back down below 2157, we're going to be in those positions. Yeah. Capiche? What? It's out. Oh, it's dying. It's dying. Oh. THCA. That's that workaround, right? That's what they did in states that don't have access to like THC, because THCA is really THC, right? THCA, when it's heated, it turns into regular THC, right? So it doesn't matter if you're smoking THC or THCA. It's still, once THCA burns, it turns into THC, and you get that. But you can sell THCA at a regular store, but THC you can't. You gotta get it, you know, go to a dispensary and all that. So, but it's really like once it's exposed to heat, it turns into THC, right? So I mean, that's the workaround that they found in the around the government policy and like in a lot of states. So just banned in Florida today. What? THCA? No way. Today? Today? The Delta 8 is trash, but THC. Well, there goes that. Chat, forget everything I just said. Forget everything you've learned in the last 15 seconds. I got a smoke shop down the block that sells THCA. DeSantis has to approve. No, they're going to be voting this summer on just recreational. That's it. That's what I know. And it should pass. Trust me, I have business and lawyers. Well, your name is Buddha. And Wiz. So you're like the wizard of the Buddhas. Or the wizard for Buddha. Like Bud, right? It's not banned yet. 100%? Ah, then, yeah, these. Let me know when it's 100%. Buddha like the prophet? Like the prophet or the prophet? We can go on forever, bro. Oh, look at Senile Bernie. He's chilling. Fuzzy little communist. That's cool. That's cool. Want me to give you a signal? No. Don't give me signal. President Biden late as fuck. Even the people that were over there to cheer for him, they're like, is this motherfucker serious right now? I got kids. I got my neighbor's kids. I got my nephew. I gotta go take care of everybody. Got me sitting in this bitch. I was gonna come over here and clap for him. Now I'm gonna throw a shoe at him if he show up. There's people sleeping in that room. That's crazy. When he walks in, all the Republicans are like, they look at the Democrats and they're like, ha, that's your guru? That's your guru? Like he trade negative RR and shit. All right, well, let's see how this 15 closes. Let's see what it does. I love how some of them like hate each other, but they're like they're forced to like stand next to each other in a room and like, oh hey, like, wait till I get home. I'm leaking everything to the New York Times, bitch. Different level of petty. Doctor Jill Biden. What is she a doctor of? Oh, look at Nancy the Corpse Pelosi chilling over there. Looking like a skeleton in the back of a fucking science classroom. It's crazy. Nancy the best trader alive. Word. The power couple. Her and her husband. Yo, the best insider traders in history. The most profitable insider traders in history of insider trading. All the way to the bottom? No, not all the way to the bottom. I doubt we'll see it push all the way to the bottom. I think we will reject. I believe that we will reject, create a bottom wick here, and we'll still re-break the highs. I think this 4 hour will come back up, re-break the highs. Whether it'll stay above there or not remains to be seen. I don't know, chat, but like, if I were you, like, if you're at home wondering, like, yo, I work so hard. I work so hard. And this life got me fucked up. Right? If you're in the US and that's what you're going through, turn on CNN and Fox. The people you see, that's who the fuck is responsible for that shit. You want to know who's responsible? They got them all on TV in one room. Go check it out. Learn about it. You see who's responsible for what. They'll point them out to you. Like, your next door neighbor don't got you fucked up. They got you fucked up. And you got you fucked up. Damn. Liars and thieves, and it's the worst kind, because they'll smile to your face and they'll fucking destroy you behind your back. That's what politics is. It's crazy. Everything starts at the local level. Everything starts at the local level. You have to have a massive grassroots foundation in order for your in order for your voice to be heard, or in order for any kind of change to be possible. Okay, all right, we're coming back up. Right, so we're as we expected. There's the bottom wick created. Got some range here. Let's see if we can close here. Oh, ooh, nice. We already had a 15 closure. Oh, sorry. Let's see, and we closed below this area. This is lovely. If we re-break that previous 15, I'm gonna have a sell stop. Which we just did. Strong rejection. Hold on, chat. I want to just make sure of something. So when we do come up, I tend to tap this area. Yeah, I don't have a sell stop set yet, but I think if we're able to in this first 15 minutes, right now in this on this 15-minute candle to flip bearish, I will look for sells. I will take a sell. I don't have a sell stop yet, but if it starts coming down here, I'll set one on the break of the lows, 2156.82. Otherwise, I'd like we're either closing back up above here, or we're eventually coming down. And a closure back up above would be very interesting as well, because we can look for a 15 or a 5 or 15 fake out here back into the range. Now, if we can get a bottom wick, right? If we get this closure back up above range, if we can get that bottom wick to be created for this previous candle here, we can look for buys on the flip, and at that point, that's the 1 hour, right? The 4 hour flip, bullish flip here coming up. It's already a bullish flip, but I think we're gonna need to retest a support to drive up. If it just continues up, great. If this 15 though can flip bearish, we'll have sells. It's got to be this 15-minute candle. Five closing back up above. Or in this case, there's no bottom wick. We can take a wick entry to anticipate. You can. I can't, because this can be the bottom wick for the hourly and the 4 hour to continue up, since we previous candle closed with no bottom wick, saying there's no more range. Now we've just created that range. There's no guarantee to fill it until there's actual, closure below and a fill of that range, and this candle hasn't really closed below on the hourly, right? No other candle has really given us a range below that 15 wick, below except that 15 wick. See, it was early in that 15, so. Hey chat, I'm gonna have a sell stop here on the break of the 15. It's a really good wick if we do end up breaking the lows here. It's 2156.77 is my sell stop. Yeah, I know, I saw. But it's highly unlikely it hits it here, right? We have I've seen things form like this before, and once the hourly flips like this, if we get activated, we're coming down, but the chances of the activation are low. The chances of it playing out if we're activated are high, right? But the chances of us activating are low. So we're gonna hold on for the next 8 minutes roughly. This is my sell stop right here. And if we start closing back up above range on the 15 closure here, that's also the 30 closure with a bottom wick now created, right? If the first thing we do is come down, retest the lows, and then drive up, and then start coming back up, we'll have buy stops. If first thing we do is come up and we're able to tap 2160 areas, 2159.9 areas, then we'll look for the flip down. It will be key here how this 30 closes, whether it closes above 58 or below, because it can close bullish but still below 58, and I'm still looking for sells at that point, right? If it closes below there, then I'm looking for just top wick and entry here to fill the wick. But if it closes above this area, then you kind of have to scratch that idea, because at that point this not respected as resistance, right? You're back up above it, and it's a fake out and above that range. And if that happens, what you want is a bottom wick first, and then you look for buys on the flip. If you don't get a bottom wick first and it starts coming up first, you're gonna wait for the market to slowly push up, right? It'll slowly do this, but for it to eventually drive in these situations after such a strong bearish push, it'll need to grab orders. So you're not getting in here, not getting in here, you're getting in here. Okay, getting in after you retap support, and there's your drive up on the flip. Capiche? All right, we have 6 minutes here till this 15 closes. Give me a second, chat. I gotta get some water. I'm gonna go grab liquidity while President Vegetable's walking down the aisle here. Alright, let me lock in. We're about to be activated here. Or almost. We got 3 minutes. We'll break the lows in the next... Five support there, huh? close, but I would really prefer the shit either drives now or it just pulls back up now. If it closes doji, I'm keeping this open. But it's a 30 closure. You know what? We might even have a better entry than where we are right now if we get a top wick. Yeah, if we get a top wick here to 2158.72. We might get a chat. You know what? Let's do that. There's a minute to go here. I'm going to delete the sell stop. Let's see if we can get a top wick here on the next 30. We're closing below. There's room to fill this wick. Even if we're going to drive up, we're going to see something like this happen. Right, so the market will come down here, right? Create a bottom wick, and then even if but I can't take the top wick if that happens, because the top wick is just the hourly flipping back up into range. So we're going to have to make sure that it comes up here, hourly flips back up into range, and then fails and comes back down. Right, because let me get rid of this. We're establishing, right, bullish closure establishes a support here, but if we start breaking the support, we're coming down to the next support. Okay, so we just closed. The 30 closed below, respecting. We have a range. Let's see if we can come up here to 2158.676. We'll set a sell stop here on the re-break or the break of the current 30 low. Don't need much. Ideally we just want to break the previous candle, previous 30 high, which would be the current hourly high. We want to break the current hourly highs and then reflip on the 30. This is what we spoke about, right? We want a candle to come down here, and it's not the drive. It'll pull back. It'll give us range. It's created that range. Now we need to lock in to see if we can take advantage of it. It could reject before it breaks it and come down here, and that's just like, I'll have to miss it. But if it comes up and breaks that previous high, then I'll be in there like swimwear. Yeah, I just can't take a position here as the previous candle closed bullish, and you're expecting the break of the previous candle high now to fill this previous wick before you drive down. Otherwise, you can get a small bearish candle and then a drive up. So but if it never comes up there, you're going to need to see either a strong bearish closure or you're stuck here waiting for the market to come back up above range. Sell stuff still? No, there's no sell stops here. I'm waiting for us to re-break the highs. I want higher highs on the smaller time frame to grab orders and come back down in range. this is not it. You are forming an onion here, right? But because I understand that there's a possibility of breaking highs here before the drive down, I don't want to be a part of the bottom wick here to come up and break those highs. Patient chat. Wait, maybe you might get a 5 closure here, right? In a minute and a half and 120. And then we can still look for that same position, right? We can still look for that top wick up here. It's going to look like a bullish candle, but then it just ends up being a top wick. And as soon as we flip, that's our entries here. And we will look to fill this range, which is roughly 11 pips. It's our advantage point, and then to the bottom of the range, roughly 50. Wait, we have 40 seconds here on the 5-minute. But you obviously want a bottom wick here. You want this to pull back. You don't want this to look like this. Yeah, chat. By the way, go follow the IG. See, the Nightbot is trying to convince you guys. So let's help Nightbot out and let's go follow the IG. Also, if you're new here, sub to the channel and don't forget to drop a like if you've learned anything here today. Damn, no bottom wick? Yeah, I guess we'll wait on the 15 here. It's okay. It's okay. Wait a minute, you got a sign language interpreter on your screen? Eddie, how did you get that sign language interpreter over there? My screen just has... Oh, you on a different channel. You on one of those. Bro, get yourself some Fox News. Get some Fox News in the house. What you doing watching fucking PMSNBC? Crazy. There you go. You see, you don't need that. You don't need that fucking... No offense to anybody that's fucking deaf here. I'm sorry. Imagine this was like a deaf and mute stream. How would that work? Forex in Braille. Be tough shit. Braille action. Bro, signing the sell stops. You're deaf? Well, great. Then you can watch PMSNBC. Are you reading my lips? This motherfucker. If he deaf, he can't understand what the fuck I'm saying. Fuck you. Love you, dog. You ain't deaf. Man. My brother's deaf. Like, IRL. You know what I mean? So, like, I grew up with a deaf person. I know. I've been there for all the surgeries, for all the hearing aids, for all the tests, for everything. So you know sign language? No, I don't. My brother just reads lips. They try to teach him sign language. He said, "Fuck that." He taught. They got him some like crazy ass hearing aids, and he reads lips. But it's my brother, so I can fuck with him, right? I can fuck around and be like, "Are you deaf?" He'd be like, I could do that. That's my brother. He had some crazy hearing aids, like where like he could hear, like if he doesn't wear hearing aids, he hears nothing, zero. Like I could be yelling at him, standing next to him, and he'll just be like texting and shit. And then he puts on hearing aids, and I'll be whispering in the next room, and he'd be like, "I hear you." Crazy. Have 5 surgeries on your left ear? Yeah, I remember like he had a lot of surgeries. But he can just like he can turn it on and off. Like he can just be like, "Nope, deaf now." It's crazy. And they come with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi now, so it's like a direct feed to his ear. Now, if he doesn't want to hear and he wants to listen to music, but not the outside world, he can just do that on his phone, and boom, it's music and no outside world. He doesn't hear anything. It's pretty much filled the range that we wanted to take advantage of here. It's good, so it's gonna get a little tough here. You're gonna need structure to form here now. We're printing side by side, gang. I didn't expect this candle to just fill off the rip, but now it's created a bottom wick for the previous 15, right? Could be interesting. Let's see if we can tap 56.7 and drive up above. Need some Zephyr Hills. hot in here. So I think we've had a trade pretty much every single day this week, right? We went for like a few weeks in a row, a bunch of weeks in a row where we had like 1 or 2 trades a week. But we've had a trade every single day this week, so it's a big W, right? We're getting volume even for Asian sessions. Market cycle has switched a little. Yeah, during Asian. Every day this week we had a trade. Except today so far. It'd be cool if we had like every day for this week. But we'll see. We'll see. It's still possible, still early. 15 closing here in about 30 seconds. Closing below again. Oh, below the most recent. Not. Oh, we'll see. It's getting ugly here with no bottom wicks though. There's nothing I can do here. I mean, I did want sells. I just not like this. Not like this. Hey, Eugene. Thank you for the $4.99. Heard of Palau digital residency wicks might be a way for U.S. traders to get into regulated brokers in the future. Looked interesting. Well, I haven't heard of it, but I don't want to just hear of it. I want to have first or second hand knowledge, right? Like I want somebody here to actually do it, and when it's done, tell me that it works, and then we can be like, oh shit, let's talk about that. We'll bring you on here to discuss solutions. But I haven't heard of that, so. You know, the US, the government and its tentacles run far and wide across the world, so. If there's a loophole, they'll probably fucking get to it. Alright, there's a bullish flip that we expect. Can we come back up and close on the hourly? Nope. Damn. Why is it moving up and down? What happened? Did Biden fall? Nice. It was in Russia in November. It should have felt more free than the West because no one listened to the rules, including the police. Oh, it ain't free. You have no freedom. No freedom. You crazy? There's crazy sanctions on speech right now. You can't say nothing. Go say something about. Go outside with a poster that says we want a new president or something. You're getting You're getting as soon as they see it. They see that. You're going to jail for minimum 15 days, and right now they're extending it 30, and then you're getting a criminal court date to come back to, and then you're going to jail, and that's 100% of the people that are getting caught. 100%, everybody. Mother Russia is not free. They've outlawed completely LGBTQ. There's people getting arrested for wearing rainbow earrings. You can't have rainbows They done fucking stole rainbows. Not the LGBTQRSTYZ community, but the Russian government stole the rainbow now. They just locked up a girl for wearing rainbow earrings in a cafe. They weren't even raised. She's not part of the community. She was just, they had frog. It wasn't even the rainbow colors. It was like purple, yellow, green, like there wasn't actual rainbow colors. But it was just different color earrings, and they're like, nope, rainbow. You're going to jail. Like they legit let prisoners, like murderers, rapists out on the street. What they done was they went into jails and said, you're gonna go fight in this war in Ukraine, and everyone that says yes, when they come back, they just get a free pardon. Like people be doing life, like, you know, murdered, like raped a neighbor and then like strangled her and then went to jail and then went to fight for Russia, and they did a few months, did have it, let him out. And then, fuck it, I'm gonna go rape and strangle somebody else, does it again, and go back to jail, and go back to the army, and comes back out. That's how the shit's working over there. I'm not exaggerating. This is facts. This is facts, how the Russian military works. They don't let rapists out? Yes, they do. Rapists, murderers, fucking mass murderers. Facts. When they go into jails, there's videos. You can go look them up. When they walk into jail, the fucking Department of Defense, they go, we want the worst of you. If you've killed somebody, if you've murdered, fucking tortured somebody, we want you. That's what they want. Cap. You, my friend, are severely disillusioned if you think that's cap. The entire world knows. You don't need to believe it. There's actually, like, go watch the fucking news. I told you, when I said I watch the news from around the world from those areas, I actually do it. That's what's going on. And then you don't need to watch the news. You go pull up videos. How about why you think Prigozhin was killed in an airport? What do you think he used to do? You're not allowed to have private mercenary companies or have mercenaries in Russia. Meanwhile, the rich have mercenaries, and Prigozhin had a mercenary group, right? Wagner group. And how do you think he built them? By going to jails and asking criminals to be part of his mercenary group. Like, bruh. Murder is understandable, but rapists? No. Rapists. Murderers, life sentence, people that are getting death sentence, everybody. We can understand your feelings. You are Ukraine based. No, I'm US based. When you know, I root for the US. I do what's better for the US. I also root for good versus evil, and I can understand when I see evil, and Putin is evil. Putin deserves to die in The Hague as a war criminal. He needs to be tried for war crimes, for crimes against humanity, and he will either die in office by somebody from his own team, or he will die in The Hague as a war criminal. Facts. Change starts from within, and it has to start with the Russian people. If the entire world doesn't see that the Russian people come out and stand up to their own government, then why would we get into the fight and stand up against your government? Ukraine's not fighting Russia. Ukraine is defending its land. Ukraine's not invading anyone. Ukraine hasn't stepped foot on Russian soil. There's a time where common sense comes into place. And if you want to be intellectually honest, Russian troops went into Ukraine, not the other way around. That is a fact of history. And Putin will be remembered in history as a war criminal. And it's sad that there are so many nice and great Russians, but they have to be put into the entire group of Russians because the Russians as a group did not stand up to their own government and have unleashed it. Why do the Ukrainian people need to pay for what the Russians have unleashed? You guys pay for it. You know what I mean? I'm just filling up time. I'm honestly, I'm yapping because there's no trades. Like, there's nothing. Like, if there were, we were locked in, but because there's no trades, we're talking politics. And honestly, it's my stream. We'll talk it. The yapping number 2. True. Who's worse, Putin or Kim Jong-un? I mean, Kim Jong-un strapped his uncle to a fucking post and then shot a fucking airplane missile at him for execution. I don't know, it's pretty fucking bad, right? His own uncle. Oh, man. Chat, how about you? What do you guys think? Meanwhile, China bullying Asian countries? China's not bullying Asian countries. China's fucking colonizing Africa. China has colonized Africa and took over that whole continent. Yeah. Kim assassinated his own brother, yeah. No, see, Kim knows what he's doing, and he's just, that's the regime. Putin is just fucking lost it. I think U.S. government doing too much in other country. I believe in peace through strength. I think you have to show strength, and that creates peace. I think when you show weakness, people like Putin come to power and show strength. When you have strength, you have peace. It works. It's always worked. So it's bound to happen with other countries coming in. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. Africa's fucking skipped the generation, right? They went from fucking no phones to cell phones. Never even heard of landlines in a lot of places. It's like they skipped a lot of technology. China, they see some Chinese technology, they're like, holy shit. You know, UE kind of made Putin. No, Putin gave an order to go into Ukraine because he has a personal vendetta against Ukrainian leadership, and he has a wildly disillusioned view of history in the world. His view of history is made up. Like, I don't know if you guys went to school in the Soviet Union, but I did, and I remember the notebooks and they were full of lies. They start teaching you and indoctrinating you from first grade, and they're full of lies. The national heroes, the war heroes from the World War II, it's all lies. It's all, as they say, el propaganda, you know? It's all propaganda, all lies. All the heroes, the national heroes, the war heroes they talk about, they teach you about these kids who jumped in front of, like, they never existed, these war heroes, these kids in the trenches that, like, no, it never happened. None of these kids ever existed. None of these war heroes existed. None of these snipers that killed 400 people. Well, like, this shit never happened. They taught this in history books. Like, these were great Russians. They just wanted to motivate you to be like that and get more warriors and soldiers, right? So you go gladly die for your country. Nah, shit's a lie. They brainwash you from your being a little kid. Yeah. Putin's, like, you want to talk about free? Putin's been in power for like 25 years. There's no elections. You can't go choose. Like, Navalny's dead. They killed Navalny. He arrested the #1 political opponent and killed him. That's wild. "75% of Germans in World War II were killed, or two were by Russia. Russia defeated the Nazis." Yes, Russia did play a large role. Like, you weren't beating the Nazis without the Red Army. Absolutely. So you know how I look at it? I look at it as like a necessary evil. Like, the Red Army was like, yeah, it was great, but Stalin was a ruthless murderer. He killed more of his own people than Hitler can ever dream of. Like, his own people. Right? Like, Hitler, Stalin, Mao Zedong, like, they massacred their own people. But Stalin and Mao did it at incredible rates. And, like, they weren't great people, right? But, like, Stalin was like a necessary evil. The world needed him for things to work out. The political actually is a post-true and had been very construed, or argue this to endless. Yeah, yeah. But to say that this all started saying, right, to say that Russia is free in relation to the Western world is laughable. Gang, there's nothing I can do. I wanna look for positions here, but we can't. I'm literally staring at the chart and President Vegetable here, and there's nothing I can do in between the two of them. So, political banter and soccer banter and all of that, welcome. It's not welcome when we can have positions and shit is setting up, right? And you say outrageous shit, but if we're like having intellectually honest discussions, then it's all welcome. Mao is known as a good leader in China. They still have statues of him. Yeah, there's places in Russia that still have statues of Stalin. Guess what? North Korea has a statue of Kim, or the father and the grandfather. I mean, it'll be obvious, right? Like, it's those countries. They hail from those countries, but yeah, they were in America. America just as bad. Like, America, exactly. They had KKK leaders' statues in some places, right? Are you expecting something good for tomorrow? So here's the thing. Look at this daily now. If this daily never comes up and closes bullish, right? We might see some bullish momentum, but realistically, it's probably the pullback. And I don't expect, if we close like this, I don't expect the daily to drive. I expect us to kind of find a daily range in this area, right? Once we establish a daily range somewhere between 45 and 60, right? Because we're gonna have to find some support here. We're gonna establish a range. We're gonna come back up at some point later in a week or two, retap 2163, and then head back down, or head back up. But with the way, if we close bearish here, we're gonna probably range for a little bit, because the market doesn't just turn around and drive the other way, right? It doesn't spend all this, like, spend 2 weeks driving up to then all of a sudden, you know, correct this in a day or two, like do this. It can, but typically we'll have some play, and then, right, it takes a little while for it to do a U-turn, so it'll take some time. Biden sounds coherent. Like, yo, there's some shit that they be doing, like, cause like typically you don't see him late at night, right? Because he's all like woozy and shit. Like, I think he literally slept the whole day just to be like up and aware in the evening. And maybe he's on like 200 milligrams of Adderall. 10:05. Yeah, I'd want to call it a stream here because, like, there's really nothing happening. But we still haven't tapped 2152, so I really, really want to see this 15 candle. I think I'm gonna see this 15 through, see how it plays out here. And then we're gonna call it. Unless we're able to come up and grab some orders at 56, 55 areas. The Russia talk helped. Helped you what? Avoid taking positions? Took your gold trade, closed after 15? Yeah, I mean, like, look, overall on the higher time frame, like, no, I can't even say that. I was gonna say we had that wick, but that wick came on the 15. Before that, you had no bottom wick, and once you formed that wick, you had no top wick. So I think it's a bit of a gamble overall long term taking that position. You'd really want to grab orders where they were grabbed before. You see all these wicks to the left. Oops, right there. Probably want orders in this area before you get that bearish drive. High quality cough syrup. Stop messing with him, man. Quit playing with him, Stank. Quit playing with him. Oh, man. Oh, damn, Eddie. What is that? That's J number 16 on stream. Eddie over here just blowing. What's the deal?
How you doing, bro?
Doing all right. Just trying to figure out which soccer team I'm going to support this year. Soccer.
Soccer's so complicated, bro.
Yeah, you got offsides, you got corners, you got red cards, you got acting.
My cousin watches soccer, and every day, at all times of the day, he's got a game on. And I'm like, bro, how many games? What team are you watching now?
Where at some point, at every single point throughout the day, throughout the 24 hours, there's a game going on somewhere. be watching the weird, like, if you got the soccer channel, they'll have like the weirdest shit.
Especially if you watch it in Spanish.
I once turned on the soccer channel. They had the Celtics versus the Rangers, and I'm like, how the fuck is that possible? Wrong sport. How you got the Celtics versus the Rangers right now? And I was like,
I mean,
I was like just getting into basketball. I was like 10, 11 years old. Like, you know, how fuck is this possible? And the Celtics wear green too in soccer, right? I was like, I forgot who the Celtics were. I think it was like Glasgow Rangers or something like that. It's like, this is, nah, they were on a soccer field, not on the ice. Chat. Can I sell GJ now?
How about no?
Ooh. Nice rejection. So same thing. You see this created a bottom wick where you really didn't have one before. Get a really small one. If you can just come up and create a top wick here, this would be interesting. Unless the 15 closes bullish. I blow my nos for more horsepower. You're in shorts. I'm in pants. I got more material than you. On the topic
I'm
of
surprised
watching
Biden's
news,
still going.
oh yeah, Biden is gonna go. Typically, they go for a couple of hours, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's typically like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes thing. Sometimes 2 hours, depending on the. Trump could go fuck off the dome for the whole night, and it's entertaining. He go 2-3 hours, and it's entertaining. So yeah, on the topic of news from other countries, do you believe the news you hear or read in the U.S.? If no, why would you believe news in other countries? Food for thought. It's not like, come on, it's not like you just listen to one source and just like and go off of that. There's just some things that are clearly obvious, and if you're absorbed and involved, like what's going on, you see through the bullshit. Like, you show up to these streams and down streams for a year or two, and you see, like, no matter what other streams you show up to, what other people you see through the bullshit over time, and like, same thing with news and with the agendas and the sides that they spin, right? Not everybody's, nobody's innocent, right? But you do your due diligence and use logic and common sense. As they say, follow the money. Yeah, I'm not looking for bias here. We haven't had any bullish closures on any time frame. Okay. 2 minutes here for the 15 close. Some type of bearish would be great, and then a top wick and a flip. Why aren't these boxes on screen here? Why do I have the level here? Yeah, I think if you're looking for a bullish move here, you're going to need to have some, at the very least, some hourly closures. If you've held the hourly support, you're going to need to come back and retest it. Right? Similar along the line to, well, along the lines of this. See, you held the support here. These candles came back and retested it. So you're sort of holding this again. You kind of want a retest of the candles here. Of the support there. And if you get a bullish hourly closure, you're looking for that retest down and then a flip. But you want to retest the support that you made. Okay, there's that 15. 15 closed really with no top wick here. Minor one. You can get, like I said, once you close bullish here, you probably want to see the hourly close bullish, but if you come back down here, rebreak the lows and then flip, that's probably your only other entry. And even then, I would be careful because right now that previous 15 has no top wick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a session here. It's just there's no edge. Market's moving. We just don't have an edge for entry here. It needs to set up. I think London, especially early London, I think New York are going to have really, really good potential. So maybe around 2 a.m. or right after the 4-hour close, this next 4-hour, 1 a.m. Eastern. It should be a really lovely London session. But there's a lot of range that was created. There's a lot of range that was created today. You don't really want to go above the all-time highs, but you can still trade to them. And there's massive range below because all we did was drive, right? We've cleared out all these orders to the left. So if we're going to come back down, we're going to come back down just as heavy and correct a lot of the range that we created. Chat, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern on Downstream. And I'll see the private gang, anyone who's part of Wix's table, and at 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, right? Private gang will be running Sunday unfiltered at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, Jacob, see you Sunday. Everyone else, I'll see you guys on Monday. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, as always. The same way we do it every single weekday. Eddie, thank you for showing up. Zoom gang, appreciate you all. Thank you guys for joining me in some political discussion. Hope you weren't too offended. But we just needed to pass the time in order to not be impulsed into a position that doesn't exist, right? Thank you guys for sticking around with me. Don't take anything personal. It's just banter, right? We're just talking, right? So hopefully you guys can be part of some intellectually honest conversation in the future. Other than that, chat, that's my time. And private gang, I'll see you guys on Sunday. And everyone else, see you Monday. Chat, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.